Should I start this podcast with ditties? Like little ditties?
Yeah.
Not like
Jingles?
jingle, no, like like a fable? What's like a story that's a little
I like it. Anecdote.
anecdote. Okay, so I just have been so grateful for how hard Pat has been working. There's so much stuff going on. I'm a very busy person and I'm just very successful and lots going on. And I'm all over the place.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts and refuse to hire anyone else that can function like a human. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get Pat coffee today. Coffee, Apple Watch. I got him a breakfast burrito, blueberry scone. And I feel like I'm eating these.
I don't want to touch them.
I don't.
Not until you leave the country.
I feel like
it's
it's already like that is the most Machiavellian. Like, oh, you're just gonna eat it? Okay, no, that's fine. It's like truly, this is when you go to a therapist and there's like toys on the table, and when you pick one up, they like scribble something down, and you're like, that was a test. So, I used to work on a comedy show, where the boss was so. Mean isn't even the word. It was strategically sadistic. Like, it's really hard to explain. The way that it just triggered this, like, daddy, like, grown men would be like, are you mad at me? Like, this man would turn grown men. Like, they'd show up with their baseball mitt, like, can you just throw me one ball, daddy? It's like this. He wouldn't let anyone unionize. I remember everyone was unionizing. He wouldn't let us unionize. He would turn people against each other. If someone didn't turn in good jokes, he would then take them to lunch and be like, you're doing such a great, like, it was just like no one knew how to make him happy. And he knew exactly how to, he also threw a stapler at someone who had a hook hand. So the point is, this person, I'm obsessed with what happens when a psychopath tries to be like generous. And they're like doing an impression of generosity, but they don't know how to stick the landing on it. So we had a brutal couple weeks. We were like shooting something. It was like down to the wire, a lot of moving, very high stakes situation. And we're all like changing things at the last minute, going crazy, like blah. And so stressed out, because he wouldn't approve things. And in order to get something past him, you'd have to trick him into thinking it was his idea. And so you couldn't just submit the good idea.
Former actor? Are they a former actor?
No, because he couldn't pretend like he liked people. And that's a big part of acting,
Okay.
Also didn't look great in makeup. Maybe that was his narcissistic wound. It was like, it was something bad happened as a kid. There was like a tractor accident. Yeah. And it was his fault. So something like he was the goalie. This is why I think goalie is, he was like the goalie in the soccer game and he missed the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now he's the goalie for jokes.
Hockey goalie, something. He's got some kind of being that sadistic, like getting off on other people, feeling bad. When this person can't write a joke, but would say like, nah. It's like, well, you just read it. Let's wait till a funny person says it. It's just give us so you would have to give the not funny version and then try to figure out a way to plant the funny version, then get him to say it. And you'd be like, well, let's do that. He'd be like, that's genius. Like, yeah, we already have that written down. It's already in the prompter, but okay. It was exhausting. And he kind of was able to, what's the word when you keep going? I wouldn't know what this is.
Persevere
or
relentless.
What is it when you're like, because you always hear when someone really gross, you're like, but they were so nice. You always hear
breadcrumbing.
Yes, breadcrumbing. But like, when it's like someone commits him with the Pismo Beach killer, all the neighbors were like, he was such a nice, normal guy. Yeah, Gilgo Beach. Sorry,
Pismo Beach.
What's That's in Florida.
That's Bakersfield's Malibu, Pismo Beach.
Oh shit. Well, there's definitely a murderer there too. Let's be honest. He's just hasn't gotten caught yet. Because his
they're not looking.
Yeah, they're not. They're not looking. They're like, let him look. Give him some Adderall. Wait, no, they're like, yeah, we'll give him some stimulants so he can take care of our rat problem. All right. Like
clean up this town.
When a murderer's loose over there, they're like, yeah, just let's give him a couple more weeks.
He's got a badge, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So I'm obsessed with when someone is doing something bad, they know they have to really be nice in other ways. We always talk about this, right? The person that's like running the charity is always like, let me see your hard drive right now. Let me sing the ring cam footage at your house. And so that was it. The Gilgo Beach killer. Remember, all the neighbors were like, "You're such a nice guy." Yeah, if you're killing Craigslist trollops by day, you're gonna be nice to your neighbors.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're like, "Hi." If you have some, because you're like, I better be nice to these people.
Yeah.
You go out of your way to be way too nice. Have you ever seen someone on the news be like, "Yeah, I thought he was weird.
Seemed like he needed to get something out of his system.
Bad tipper." You know what? He was a litter bug. They're always like, nicest guy, super normal, super helpful.
Yeah.
Would help me into my house with the trash. Yeah, he was scouting your home to see if the carpet was white or not, But so one time he came in, there was like 7 or 8 writers. I think it was 7 or 8, and then like a couple like floating ones that would come in and out. We had to work so fast and so hard. The time crunch is like insane. There's a very small chance we're going to make this deadline because he keeps changing stuff at the last minute, and we are running on, an hour of sleep. People like this, they decide to be generous when it's inconvenient for everyone. Like this is when he decides. So he comes in with cupcakes and he's like, wants to come in and like do what I did this morning. But like, I want to thank you guys for your hard work. And we're like, we have to, if we didn't turn this in 5 minutes, you're going to fire us. Can you please stop giving us cupcakes, right? Comes in, 6 cupcakes for 7 people.
Yeah. A clever trap.
Turning it into the Hunger Games instantly.
Yeah.
Right? Comes in, there's a big speech that whenever psychopaths or borderlines or cluster B, they're generous, they have to make a whole thing of it. I went down to the cupcake place. There's a cupcake. There's this new they have to like turn it into, I didn't know if it was gonna be open. I had to get them by 9. And, so I called the night before to see if they were going to be open the next day. And I was like, what if they don't have the lemon? So I wanted to go early. So I had to wait in line to get these. And you're just like, your assistant got the cupcake. What are we doing? What is all this rigmarole? It's like, thank you so much. Thank you for all, like, I'm a martyr.
And then if you don't make the deadline, he'll be like, we had time for a cupcake.
No, this is what I'm saying. So we're all like, we want the cupcake so bad. You know what I mean? But we're all like, if we eat the cupcake, we're not going to get these jokes on. And that it was just that, but he's going on and on and on. And I'm giving you these cupcakes. We're like, you have to just buy into it. You have to be like, I cannot believe you made time to get us these. Like, thank you so much. Like, for the diabetes. Like, none of us have health insurance. I mean, literally, this is your like, poisoning us with giving us cupcakes. And like, can we get like a salad? Can you get like smoothies or something? Like, none of us have had a Nutrient in truly 2 months. And he puts the cupcakes down. He's like, and this is, this is the Oreo one. It's got an actual Oreo inside. Really, thank you so much. And the peanut butter, it's got a Reese's Piece on the top. It's not great. They only have one left, but I got it. I convinced and you're like, thank you. What would we? Oh, yours. And then he walks out. He's like, I'll leave you. As if, again, thank you for leaving us be while we're scrambling to rewrite this entire script because you tore it apart. Yeah, exactly. So like, I'll get out of your hair.
I like this guy.
Dude, I don't want to slow you down. You guys might be tired. We're like, yeah. We all are just like, yeah. So walks towards the door, turns around, looks at the board, what we're writing on, whatever it is. Comes over, grabs a cupcake and leaves.
And you said he couldn't write jokes. Hilarious.
So true. Couldn't just let us have it. And if you don't think I spent the day tracking if he ate the whole thing, I would go to the bathroom. I'm like, did he eat the assistant? I'm like, did he eat the cupcake? Like, did he just take a bite, or is he like? He's like, she was like, it's sitting on his desk. He didn't. I don't even think he ate it. Like, I stalked the cupcake. It was just, I can't let you have it.
I can see how it works. If he's evaluating a bunch of hardworking writers writing joke after joke after joke, and he's got to shoot him down and shoot him down and shoot him down, he's just got to write one good joke per event.
Yeah.
which is this cupcake joke. That's the funniest joke of the whole show,
But it's
on
not the funniest
air.
people aren't trying to be funny always.
He's marking his territory doing that.
This is a person that went to bed going, I cannot believe they are writing these awful jokes. I got 8 people 5 cupcakes. And this is how I pay them $800 a week.
Yeah.
And I let them sleep at the office. His mind is like, I let them sleep here.
Yeah.
And it takes them till 2 a.m.
I'm boarding these people.
No, literally, he's like, and I get the notes back at 4 a.m. I turn them around so that they can address them at 4 after they go to bed at 2. And you're like, those kind of people, every horrible thing they do, they think is like God's gift.
Yeah, they engaged.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe we're going to do like Hollywood story time at the beginning of every episode. Sociopath story time? Anyone? Anyone? Brought to you by Whitney Cummings. Kids, gather around the fireplace.
Reaching the basket back there.
Because it's like, we do talk about the like Cosby and people like that, like commit crimes, but there's so many people that are just like monsters where it's not a crime.
Yeah. Unknown Cosbys.
Yeah, where their abuses are just like sleep depriving you under the guise of like, we're making art.
Yeah.
You know, and like laughter is the best medicine. Like we are curing cancer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we are.
Generally speaking.
Welcome to the program, everybody. Thank you for your patience as we keep coming in hot a week after the. I am glad I am not weighing in on these wild events the second they are happening. Okay. I am always a week behind because every time I record the podcast, truly the next day, something, frankly, that will be in history books happens. Like its own chapter in a history book.
Yeah. And you just took a big, deep breath after delivering your take on last week.
But this is God protecting me from doing an hour take on something way too soon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know, but I'll get to it. I'm going to get to it. Okay. Go immerse yourself in all the bad takes with all the typos. Go. And then when you're ready, you'll cut. This is like, what's an example? What's the thing that you like buy? You buy the cheap one, coffee makers. You're like, yeah, this one's $18. And you buy 3 a year that are $18. Just buy the one that's $60 first. I'm the $60 coffee maker. I'm going to work. Okay. You can go get your cheap takes and have them not work, have them not hit. Okay. You know me. My brand is late and right instead of early and wrong. Okay. Weighing in early on, I'm kind of at this point, it's a little pick me. It's a little desperate. I'm not going to jump into the slop of madness and elbow my way through the muck to jam my take into your life. How could anyone have a take the day something happens? You got your information about the Kimmel thing from your aunt on Facebook. 5 minutes later, you're going to blast out a tweet to your coworkers that your boss is going to see?
Did you run to a payphone?
Do you know how lucky I am that I have had 5 days to think about this Kimmel thing and didn't weigh in before he got back on the air? Like he was back on last night. I knew something was fishy. If I'm not saying something, there's something fishy. If my Tourette's and inability to shut my pie hole is thwarted by, there's something up. I knew it wasn't going to take for sure. I knew there was just something off about it. I knew they would never really cancel his show because I knew that the administration they know you can't have a platform that was about jobs and then fire 200 people because you didn't like what they said. Because there's 200 people that work on that show. Like the chess of it all, I knew you couldn't. And also because I was on Roseanne and the rough part was like, oh, it wasn't just her. It was the 200 other people that were working there, just lost their jobs. You know,
yeah, I mean, the union jobs on that show the union could have gotten involved and said, well, your network doesn't have any shows now.
Would they have had to pay the employees out? Because now maybe all of the people on the show were like, God, we could have had 3 months paid leave.
Maybe. I don't know. They would have had to strike to make their point.
Look, here's the thing. I knew that this was never going to take because nobody, no matter how much money you have, no matter how powerful you have, nobody wants famous people to be mad at them. They can't handle it. It's high school. It's all the cool. Remember when your principal like kind of wanted the quarterback to like him? And you're like, what are you doing? Are you giving your running back special treatment? He's 17. You just invited him and his friends to the Rent Fair with you? What are you doing? Why are you saying cool beans around the prom queen? Why are you talking to any of us? Like, no one could, the people at the top couldn't handle Zendaya being mad at them. They couldn't. Even the biggest corporation can't handle it. BlackRock would shut down if they thought Sydney Sweeney made fun of them. They wouldn't be able to. Like, these corporations are still run by nerds who want to date the cheerleader. Once they found out that Zendaya and Sofia Vergara were mad at them, they're like, guys, we're so sorry. Because in their heads, they can still like marry these women. In their heads, they're in their starter marriage with their starter kids.
She's even mad at me in my head.
Like, these women are still on the menu in their delusional minds. So like, this was my next wife. And I can't be the guy that canceled Kimmel because of the thing.
No, it's definitely not going to happen.
Because then they won't talk to me at the, on the yacht when I kidnap them. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. October 10th is World Mental Health Day. And this year, BetterHelp is saying thank you to therapists behind every mental health journey. There are people who showed up, listened, and helped somebody take a step forward from the right question at the right time to a safe space to cry. Sorry, I'm just not going to make any jokes about what people have had to do to me, for me, with me, at me to get my mental health in order. Therapists make life-changing moments possible is what they do. BetterHelp has been connecting people with licensed therapists for more than 12 years, a step a year. With over 30,000 therapists and more than 5 million people served worldwide, they know how to help you find the right match. The matching process is quick, thoughtful. If you don't love your first therapist, switch anytime. This World Mental Health Day, join me in appreciating the people who help us through life's challenges. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Whitney. That's betterhelp.com/Whitney. And if you're wondering, like, do I need it? You need it. You need it. This episode is brought to you by Home Chef. The days are getting shorter. Is that true? When is daylight savings? Is that it?
I think it's the 21st
It's
of
about
September.
to get darker. So I thought we were canceling daylight savings. The point is Home Chef, guys, because they deliver fresh, pre-proportioned ingredients and easy-to-follow recipes that make mealtime stress-free. Home Chef is rated #1 by meal kit users for quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. And with over 30 meals to choose from each week, including oven-ready trays, quick microwave options, you get it. There's always something that fits your schedule. I have a 20-month-old. I don't have to tell you. I can't. We're not doing chicken cordon bleu over here these days. I am no longer preparing the 5-course meals I used to. I don't have that kind of time. They have a 5-ingredient meal. That's it. That's all he needs. That's enough. He eats half of it anyway. We're not doing this, all right? So thank you, Home Chef, for keeping my child alive. Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off, free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Wild. Go to homechef.com/Whitney. That's homechef.com/Whitney. I'm not going to weigh in anymore until the dust settles, all right? And because of that, I do believe I deserve some kind of award. I mean, frankly, the fact that I'm the person that can bite my tongue at this point is pretty shocking to me. But just to watch all the piranhas come out with their takes and just bombing with their takes. Bombing. Jimmy Kimmel's First Amendment rights have been violated. They violated his free speech. Nobody has free speech at work. Nobody. What are you talking about? I floated that idea on Threads and I had to delete it pretty fast. I was like, what? No one on Threads works. So they were confused. They all work from home. So they were very confused about what I was saying.
This doesn't make sense alongside what I imagine working is like.
I know. They're like, wait a second, but I'm a poet. I can say whatever I want in my apartment. It didn't land on Threads. There was a lot of that's true, but you can't say whatever you want at work. That's different. You just can't. We know this. We know this is true. And I think we forget that Jimmy Kimmel's show, it is a job. It is a workplace. You cannot do that. As soon as he walks off that set, he can't say, hey, babe. When I was on a network show, I got in trouble for saying Merry Christmas to an intern. She wanted me to say happy holidays. Like you can't, there's things you can't say that have nothing to do with Trump in this super sensitive situation, okay? Also, if you listen to me, congratulations. You're a very patient person who doesn't want to jump into the like melee of chaos. I think we are seeing these anxiety addicts do that, right? We have an anxiety issue in America. And I think it's because people who aren't in the comedy business are yelling about fascism before the HR issue is even resolved. These are people that last a minute in bed. Can I say it? They're premature on everything. These are the same people who take Jell-O out early because they just can't wait for the Jell-O to be done. Okay? They're the people that eat Hot Pockets that are still cold inside. They're like, it's fa. It's not fa. Put it back in. We're not doing lukewarm, not well thought out takes. These are the people who don't return their grocery cards because they're like too busy. Do you need more time? If you can't, why for yes? If you don't have the time to write out yes, I need you to just not respond to me at all. Okay? Because you're making me feel like I'm some dictator that's like, respond right now. Even though you're driving with 3 kids in the car. Okay? These are drug addicts for takes. I'm not going to be your dealer. I'm not going to get involved in your dopamine receptor disaster. I'm not going to call Pat as soon as Jimmy Kimmel gets suspended and go, hey, Pat, fire up the megaphone. We need to record a pod. They need us. Kimmel's been pulled from the schedule. Wake up. Leave your kids at home. Get over here. People are holding their breath waiting for me to talk about a talk show. We need talk shows to talk about talk shows. Can everyone shut up? Like, we're literally at the level of meta where we can't even see that you're like, what talk show is going to talk about the talk show that's been kind of that I'm going to do? Then I'm going to talk about the talk show and get demonetized and kicked out of the algorithm. And I'll be like, I was violated for my free speech because I was talking about Jimmy being violated from his free speech. This level of circle jerk here is really just too much for even me. And here's what bothers me about it, because I was getting a lot of messages and tweets and stuff that were like, how come your silence is deafening? Didn't weigh in on the Kimmel thing. You want me to weigh in right away so you can catch me making a mistake. You want to catch me saying something misinformed. You want me to talk too early. There's no way anyone has the information yet, me included. And I know the situation better than most people. Like, I would know how all that went down. They're like, you've not weighed in. You're suspiciously quiet, MAGA pipeline. What? You want me to weigh in so that now, before anyone has information, so that you can accuse me of spreading misinformation later. I know what you're doing because I've done it. No. I'm kind of at the point, I don't know why it was the Kimmel thing, where I was like, I think we should have to fill out an application to be able to give an opinion on the internet. But here's my thing. Comedians and let's get to our takes later. You guys, you do it. It's like when a heckler at a show is like yelling and trying to be funny, and it's like, take as long as you need. You have to let it be the audience's idea to go back to you. You know? I can't just be like, shut up, I'm doing a show. It's like, no, maybe you're better at this than me. Go, let's try it. And then it's like, cool, was it working? It was kind of better when I was doing it, right? I think we can all agree. But you can't say that first, or you're just like a bully silencing people. Just like, go. You know what? Go for it. All right. Everyone's like, I gotta weigh in. Like, everyone needs to know what I have to say. Which I don't think comedians and people that are in this business or whatever do have the clearest perspective all the time. So like, you guys go first. Like, you go first, and then we'll sort of assess what you guys think and go from there. Right? I don't know how you managed to get this takeout. You're at work, maybe finish teaching your 5th grade class, then pop out and do your influencing video on Jimmy Kimmel's rights. Like, how did you even see this? I know Jimmy Kimmel and I didn't even have the story yet. I'm like in this business. I actually know a lot about that. I'm like, how did you guys get this so fast? Like, how are we? It's just there's no way you have all the information. And look, if I'm not saying anything, it is because this is going to sound arrogant. I know more than you. And I know what's happening isn't real. It's a psyop. It's going to be reversed. It's a whatever. I mean, honestly, it truly is the green phallic object of the WNBA.
Yeah.
Whatever publicist over there at Disney is hats off, ears off. I love that this podcast just turned into me saying I'm right. I would like to just recap all the times I've been right this week, which, by the way, I need to stop saying that because anyone who's trying to make an argument that I'm right-wing is just going to cut all those together. I'm right. See, she's right ring. I knew it. Right ring. Nope, I have no rings. No rings. Chris Cole, no rings. Just a reminder. Everyone, listen to me. This is my, what's the word? Big theme of the week. I need everyone to slow down. And I know I'm not that person. I'm usually like, let's go, speed up. And people are like, Whitney, why do you interrupt people? Because everyone's moving too slow. We're dying. Let's go. Hold together. Anxiety's good, but not now. I think we all need to slow down because our news cycle isn't, people are like, it's the 24-hour news cycle. 24. That implies that every 24 hours you get a new piece of news. That would be a dream. Can you imagine getting the news every 24 hours? And then social media was just your friends or whatever. And then it's like, 7 p.m. Now it's going to be news. And you're like, you know how relaxing that would be? Now every time you look at your phone, there's a new war happening. You're like, wait, hold on. What, a war? Wait, I just went to spin class. I came out and we don't have fertilizer anymore from Russia? What? I go to one nail appointment and come back. All of a sudden, I need to learn how to pickle food and figure out how to seal it without bacteria getting in. It's like before phones, we got a brand new newspaper. Like, okay, I love being like, what would this look like, 30 years ago or whatever. Like, imagine the way we get news today would be like 30 years ago if someone just every 10 minutes like handed you a new newspaper. How mental that would seem. Imagine going to the newspaper stand every 10 minutes or like the newspaper kid coming by every 10 minutes.
A carrier pigeon flies in the window and you're in like a tornado of pigeons in your room.
Mental. I think the bigger thing is I don't like how we're all finding out things at different times. And the people that know the most are who, Pat?
The people not saying anything, probably.
Not only that. Oh, by the way, can I play this to you real quick? I would like to stop and do a quick insert of Chris Cole doing an impression of me hosting the podcast. Can you be me today, Chris?
Yeah, I'll be you. Let me put this here. Shalom. You folks know I love a murky scam.
Folks?
But Pat, can you guess what bee in my bonnet is today? No?
You got the Mad Libs.
How's that? Did I do it?
Can you do an ad read?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. What's my ad for?
Blue Chew.
Come on.
Collagen hair strengthener.
Oh, yeah. People always ask me, Whitney, how do you get your hair so luxurious? And I'm like, oh my God, thank you guys. My baby ate my hairline. Baby ate my hairline, but I'm getting it back, okay? With, what's it called?
Nutrafol.
With Nutrafol. Daily dosage can be sent easily to your house in weekly packets or monthly packets, whichever you prefer. How am I doing?
I'm dying. A monster. It only takes one person to mock you to see how I go like, Pat, guess what I'm thinking? What a dork. Sorry about that. So the point is, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's like a weird pop quiz to see how well you know me. And like, no one, because this is a trick. It's actually a trick question. It's so weird. Anyway, I have half a cupcake for you downstairs. The people that know the most about the news right now are addicts. As someone who identifies as one, addicts were supposed to know the least. That's how this was supposed to work. Addicts were supposed to be delusional and out of touch with reality and never know what was going on except their dealer's new pager number or what time the bar opens. Now addicts know the most. Your craziest friend who is sober off a substance I can't even say on this podcast, knows all the news. And your sanest friend is like, what? Jimmy Kimmel got canceled? When? The most together people you know with self-control are the dumbest. And the addicts with no self-control know the most. This is a problem. Nobody healthy is online all day. So the unhealthiest people have the most information. We're in the underworld. And I need you to understand, whatever horror wizard orchestrated this, we're gonna have to, if I'm in Silicon Valley and like, if pitching an app idea, think about your app idea. Like if you were right now able to invent something, mine would be, hey, I have an app or thing where everyone learns about something at the same time, right? We're all learning about things. Am I making sense?
Well, that's what all the robots are doing that now.
Because I'm like, by the time the Jimmy Kimmel thing happened, by the time I find out about it, there are already 2 murals in LA canonizing him as the new leader of the free world. I was like, why is Jimmy Kimmel on the side of this apartment building? Someone had gone out, gotten paint, the whole thing. I need a minute. Once I hear something, I need to process it. I still haven't even gotten to the Trump P tape. What happened to that? That was like 7 years ago. What happened to the Coldplay cheating guy? Did we get a notes apology? Like I can't move this fast. And you know what? I don't think you want me to. I think only the weirdos do, whose kink is watching people scramble. And you're not my guys. You're not my demo. So I do feel like I have context for the Kimmel thing. For anyone that wants to just like fight about it, if you want to sound smart at parties, I can help you. Shall we just start with Whitney's dorky network TV school? Episode 1, class 101. How does school work now? Class is in session. The people online that are upset being like, network TV is over. It's over. It's all about the streamers and podcasts and the internet. But now they're like, get Jimmy Kimmel back on network TV. Honestly, at this point, if you're trying to harm someone, you help them. I don't know when this started. It used to be you harm someone, you harm someone. If you want to fight to get Jimmy Kimmel back on, which is what happened, that's actually silencing him. If he had been fired permanently, he would have gone to YouTube and had a podcast and had way bigger numbers and reached way more people. So it seems like the very people that thought they were supporting him were like, go back to network TV where you still aren't allowed to say certain things and you can't even hug anyone at work. And people can see it on planes, maybe. Him getting fired and getting off of a network TV talk show, that would have been amplifying him. Putting him back on is silencing him at this point, all right? So point is, when I did a TV show, sitcom thing, not only could you not say something that wasn't crazy fact-checked, there's certain things you can't say that aren't even, you can't say Jesus, you can't say God. You can't hold up a bag of potato chips that isn't a real brand. There's things you can't, we wanted to use an NFL jersey. I mean, they had to read the script. It was, I mean, I couldn't use my real name on my TV show in case I wanted to sue the network for portraying a character that was me. So there's a reason that Rogan and Dave Smith and Schultz, Tim Pool, I don't know, who are these people? Like they like them or not, they dominate the conversation, but the left tends to be so like, daddy, let me, like, I want to be on the network thing. It's a so they, for some reason, stay on what? I mean, why are we going on NPR? What's happening? Like, is this like a Make-A-Wish thing? What are we doing? All right. Look, could Schultz and, you know, could they all use a lawyer from time to time? Probably. But I think everything is going to be extreme until it settles in the middle. And then another platform is going to emerge with even freer speech. It's whack-a-mole. You know what I'm saying? But if you're on TV that you're getting that kind of money and have commercials, you're going to get notes from lawyers. It's called the Federal Communications Commission. It's federal. Part of why you get so much money is the deal is that you get to make the ha-has, but S&P gets to come in and say, do you have to say jerk? Can you say dingbat? And you're like, sure, I'll say dingbat. No one will ever respect me again. And every time I close my eyes, on my eyelids, I will see the word dingbat. And Reddit just trashing me for not being funny, even though jerk would have been funny. If you're still overpaying for wireless, what the heck? What's with that? What gives? It's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. These are my kind of people. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS, no tomfoolery, no boohickey. I made the switch because I was tired of paying way too much for wireless. It is ridiculous. It's like
hundreds of dollars.
It's a silly goose time. Like, what are we doing? It's like when a hotel lobby tries to charge you $40 for Wi-Fi. You're like, or a plane. You're like, all right, let's not.
Yeah.
It's
up and running whether I'm using it or not.
I know
guys.
what you're doing. And honestly, if I were you, I would do the same thing. But we're in an impasse here. All Mint plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, and they've delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even keep your own phone and number. No, thank you. Along with your contacts. No, thanks. I'd like to start fresh. Honestly, the quality of when someone calls you, you pick up the phone. This is a very simple business plan. The fact that Mint Mobile had to just come in and be like, hey, our phones work. Mm-hmm. And it's not like a gym membership where you can like never get out of it the rest of your life. Very simple, non-sociopathic way to go about business. Ready to say yes to saying no. Make the switch at mintmobile.com/Whitney. That's mintmobile.com/Whitney. This segment is sponsored by Jones Road Beauty. Before I found Jones Road Beauty, I was a mess. I was a clown. I had clown lung. My makeup routine felt heavy, complicated, time-consuming. I had to go down to Sherwin-Williams and get the shellac, and I had to get the caulk and the grout. Now I'm obsessed with it's called Miracle Balm. It just like, I can't explain it. It makes you look like a hot alien. It's like you use it as a blush, as a bronzer, as a lip tint, highlighter. It gives you that like, it looks like your skin. It doesn't, when you look at someone, you're just like, that looks great. Is a cake.
Are you a dolphin?
I think that's what Is a Cake came from. They just saw women who put on there. You're just like, oh, is that cake? This stuff is truly a miracle. They have a tinted moisturizer as well, because I break out if I do a moisturizer and then like a little bit of concealer. So it's like a hug for your face. It's like, everyone asks me, how about this? This is going to be my endorsement for Jones Road Beauty products. Okay. I was on TikTok doing a video and I was wearing the Miracle Balm and I got flagged for being AI. That's it. So no phthalates, no sulfates, no PEG, no all the chemicals in the chemicals. It's a miracle. You should get it. It's right there in the name. For a limited time, our listeners are going to get a free cool gloss with their first purchase when they use code Whitney at checkout. Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code Whitney. Imagine if I came to your work and was like, oh, you're a school teacher and you all just sleep with your students. You'd be like, no, we don't know that woman. We don't know her. She was like a substitute teacher in Idaho. We're in what? Like when people say stuff about the TV business, we're like, and now this free speech is being violated on network TV. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Network TV, it's the whole point is you can watch it with your family. You can turn it on. It's like you get the seal of sanitary. Diapers can advertise. It's like wholesome. They're going, this is the stamp of wholesome. It's where you go when you're like, I want my kids and my parents and my grandparents to all be in one room and no one's going to fight. Network TV is so trusted and sanitary and protected by the FCC that Bill Cosby was able to get away with what he got away with because he was on network TV. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, he's on network TV. They've got lawyers. They've got federal. There's no way he could be... Yeah, he plays a gynecologist in his show out of his basement, but like it's network. They must have vetted all this because that's how hardcore they. It was a network. Nothing slides at a network. Network TV, it was like the last unifying thing we had. It's on in break rooms. It's on in the at TSA. It's on at the vet's office, at the pediatrician. It could just be on, and no one has to worry about it. That's the whole thing about network TV. So that was the last thing you can just like have on anywhere. It was Jeopardy, right? No, I don't mean the news. That is what the news should be called at this point. America, Jeopardy, or like other network shows that every generation can watch, right? Like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Well, everyone, but no one gets to be one anymore. That show right now would be immediately canceled because it'd be misinformation. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I'd be like, well, that's a misinformation. It's not possible. You're spreading misinformation. Network shows are different. You know this. I'm not defending it. I'm not saying, It's mainstream stuff. It's like contests with music. What's the name of the shows? Like about the kids performing, America's Got Tide Pods, whatever the show. It's that. Network TV requires you to turn in what you're going to say. Lawyers have to read it. Like The Simpsons. Remember The Simpsons 20 years ago said Donald Trump would be president. I thought they'd get a violation from the FCC for that, but it was true. And seems like they all knew that on The Simpsons 20 years ago somehow. Network TV is so neurotic. Shows like ER and House, they have an on-set real doctor to make sure that what the fake doctors say is correct. How? Why? This is how either dumb they think we are or how dumb people actually are. We have to make sure that they said oxybazotine instead of oxybazotin, or 19 people will have collapsed lungs in Denver. Like they have to take it. So you have a real ER doctor who could be saving people's lives for real in the fake ER set, hovering around the show with people playing make-believe. Because if they describe a procedure wrong, it could botch the operation of the people copying them in their real basements. They have real doctors consult on fake doctor shows. They're like, this is how you would put a needle in. And they have to, I've done it. You have to like get it right. You have to say it right. Why? Why? He's pretending to be a doctor. We all know this. I think we should make doctor shows less real. So there's zero confusion. It should be like, I'm about to put an needle in you, blah, 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 blah. So that people know, like.
I have no idea how that's done. I'm not going to try it.
You should make it obviously crazy so that there's no, why are we bringing real doctors? Who cares? Now, we know this is an actor.
You're educating people just enough to get them in serious trouble.
Yes. Pat always comes in and says the thing. Now it's like, they should be like, now we do the surgery on your pancreas with a pickaxe.
I've seen this a million times.
No one's going to be like, wait, what? This is fake? Like, why even try to get it right? See, this is why comedians aren't in jail for lying. We exaggerate. That's our thing. We tell the truth by exaggerating, right? I'm not defending Kimmel's that setup with the MAGA thing. It's more, we say things that are true, but with a sentence that isn't true because it's so hyperbolic, right? And then someone's like, yeah, well, not everyone did this. And you're like, no, dork.
The exception proves the rule.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, interesting. But also it's like, see, this is what's happening. Again, remember when we had reading groups as kids? Red, blue, and gold. We never should have hung out. Now we're all hanging out. Like all the groups are mixing. So we know it's not everyone. We know. Everyone's on Twitter. Well, not everyone. No, I know. I'm just, you know what I mean. This is actually my biggest pet peeve right now. People who know what you mean, but they just want to argue. It's someone who intentionally goes out of their way to disagree on like a formality for no reason. And the girl is in the sketch and she's talking to like her friend who's like this person who's like, oh, so you're going to go to yoga this afternoon? And she's like, well, no, it's not this afternoon. It's at 5:00. So technically it's not this afternoon, but yeah. And you're like, cool. Who are these people? Like, they're everywhere. Okay. I'm obsessed with, so those are the people that are online getting in the weeds on stuff. All right.
Points on the board. You win.
And by the way, always going to yoga. They're always on their way to yoga, those people. They're like, no, not to, because actually that's not exactly true. But okay, I'm going to go to yoga because I am grounded. I believe I do have one take on Kimmel that might be helpful. It is going to make people want to fight with me. Fine. But I think it's an interesting angle that I haven't heard. First of all, we waited for his comeback episode, watched it last night. I wish he had been a little braver, but because that was it. I guess he had to play it a little bit safe and make sure that he honored, the deceased's wife. I'm sure he played it right for him. And I would just be like, release the list. Like I would have been like, well, now I need to get fired. I saw all these opportunities on my horizon those last 2 days. Why did I get so many congratulations texts?
My only take on the whole situation is it was not to the same extent of like crazy violence, all that stuff, but it was sort of a mirrored version of the celebrations the week before were being had just right on the opposite front about that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in both cases, you're like, you're celebrating the thing that's going to happen to you in 6 months. Like,
That's it.
hey,
That's it.
yeah, let's censor him because that'll never come around for us.
If you censor someone you don't like, the person you do like is next. I think the people who were so like gung-ho supporting Kimmel, these are the same people that before this happened, if I would like post about Kimmel or being on Kimmel, they'll be like, you know, he got big on a show called The Man Show where women were jumping on trampolines, right?
When TV was TV.
You know, the glory days. You know, the same people.
When people were still selling records.
Sure. So here's what I do think is worth thinking about. Not excusing anyone's behavior. I can never know someone's intentions. Who cares? But the point is, what if the thing that he said was inaccurate? It seems that setup. It was inaccurate, right? I don't think anyone in his position would lie on purpose because I think he knows he wouldn't get away with it. So question, is it possible that he thought it was true? He's so anti-Trump, for so long. My concern, what if he believed this to be true because he's in an office that is, very left. They all get the same news. They're all in the same algorithm. What if there was like legitimately convincing, quote, proof of what he said because we're all in these echo chambers and he thought it was true? I'm sure there are plenty of videos that you can find that are convincing proof of what he said. Like, we don't watch the news anymore. We don't look at the news. We look at evidence for something we already believe.
I mean, it's hard to figure out what exactly he said that they're quoting, which is why they took him off the air to begin with.
They didn't find any. Well, what if in everybody's algorithm, they're like, oh yeah, this is some influencer is saying that this is true and this is true. Like, is it possible that now in the future, people could lie by accident because they were lied to and can't get out of their algorithm? There's people I know that I'm friends with people on all kinds of sides. And remember when I was doing the joke about Kamala Harris and all those speeches where she seemed kind of inebriated? And I was doing like a joke about it. Like, maybe this is what America needs. Like, what's more terrifying than a drunk woman with no kids? Like an alcoholic woman with no kids. Like, she's just going to call up Putin and be like, hey, like, maybe this is. And half the people I know never saw the videos. It was all over my feed. All over my feed. So I'm not saying anything that anyone does. I'm just, this obviously seeming, I don't know if it's intentional, but we are in two realities.
We're in like 100,000 different realities.
But there's like this totally binary realities. I think everyone that works on his show is in their reality. And what if they believed that to actually be true?
Yeah, well, yeah, the show has an echo chamber. It's living in an echo chamber.
People were mad at me after the fires because there was a lesbian firefighter who said, I like to hire people like me. And I was like, I just made the joke, like, wouldn't that be, because that's her dating pool, wouldn't that be like a straight guy going like, I want to hire some women? I made a point. That's a pretty good point. And everyone's like, you're saying that lesbians caused the fire. I'm like, huh? Okay. But I saw that. And everyone's like, we can't find the video. I'm like, okay, then Google, look for it. If it's not in your feed, delivered to you, your highness. But I saw it. It's in mine. I don't know. Is the moon fully hollow? According to my algorithm, it is. I actually can't get a video debunking this. Even if I tried, I've tried. I can't break through the algorithm. I can't get out of my echo chamber. It's like a gym membership. It's harder to get out of your algorithm than LA Fitness at this point. That's the deal. It doesn't seem true, but I'm sure the people at Jimmy's office were in their algorithm and finding stuff to support that. If you already have a bias, you're going to find things that support it. And you're like, yes, perfect. So should have happened, whatever. I mean, I'm sure that office, like, they haven't even seen the Jared Leto stuff. I truly believe at this point, the only news is Hollow Earth and raccoons being friends with elephants. That's like all I see. I could not get something true about politics on my phone if I got a new phone number, a new identity, faked my death, and then got a Dell. I can't get out of here. I don't think he would have thought he could get away with it if he was intentionally misrepresenting it,
He probably thought it was funny.
Oh, right.
He might have just thought it was funny.
But that was the setup. The joke was the video of Trump saying, like, look at my yard.
Construction.
Yeah, look at my construction. But the setup was, it seemed like a MAGA family or something like that, which I'm sure there was something that they all saw.
The setup was, it's been a week of the right pretending that the shooter was anything but one of them.
Mm-hmm. And what I'll say is, like, whatever he said, Trump getting involved is very goofy. Did he get in? Yeah, I mean, he's definitely tweeted and stuff. Here's the thing. If you get involved, it makes you seem like this person is an actual threat to you.
He's been on Twitter for decades.
Yeah.
And the button he was pushing to send tweets before is now a much more powerful button. And he doesn't even have to tweet anymore. He just hits the button.
Are they at that administration like, just, we're keeping him off the nuke button, just keep him on Twitter?
Give this person problems.
For a politician at any point to be like, hey, this isn't true. This is where we draw the line. This is where we start prioritizing a president, a politician being like, hey, that's not the truth. Imagine a politician thinking they have anything to say about the truth at any capacity.
Like, if you're in charge of the world and you spend even a second thinking about a talk show host, you're wasting everybody's time.
That's correct. Also, for a politician to come in at the president to be like, that wasn't true, what the host said. If you are at all concerned with the truth, don't go after the host of the show, Kimmel. Go after the guests. All the professional liars. They're all actors. They lie for a living as their job. And they put us through sitting there being like, yeah, me and Robert Pattinson got along great. We know that's not true. We had so much fun on set. Like, it's a show where liars lie. Every time I've ever been on Jimmy Kimmel, I have lied. Yes, it was to myself. But let's not pretend comedy isn't one big exaggeration and biased premise after another. The audacity to say something isn't true is so brazen at this point. Even when people think they know what's true, they're lying. And then they have plenty of evidence to show their lie is true. That's the problem. I'm just saying I'm concerned that even when people tell the truth or think they're telling the truth, they're lying by accident. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but this is like what scares me. And very few things scare me besides jellyfish and Lyme disease. Truly the only two things. We need to adopt the logic of all crazy, jealous girlfriends in their 20s everywhere. Before we attack someone, we have to say, let me see your phone so that I can go through all your news apps and your X algorithm, see who you follow, see if you've been lied to first. And then I'll either go, wait, you follow Jessica Yellen and Michael Schellenberger and all these people, the AP, whatever.
I follow crazy left people and
you
crazy
follow both
right
sides.
people.
So you're doing the best. You know what? I'm not going to fight with you today.
Because I like to see how far they go.
So let me see your phone. Okay.
Can I smell your phone?
Or if you give it to me, and I'm like, you follow stand-up comedians. Like, you know what? How could you have known what the truth was? But if I see that phone, I go, you should have known better. But it's like, oh, look, you get let me go to your saved. Oh, it's all memes. You get your news from memes and Eagles fans, Twitter feeds. You didn't mean to lie. You were lied to. You know, you did the best you could with the information you had, which was, before you attack someone now, just say, show me your phone. Also, if someone's wrong, everyone else will handle it for you. For Trump to be like, let me get involved. It's like, let your minions do it. Be a little regal. For you to even care what Kimmel said is so embarrassing. Like, what do we do? Don't cancel Jimmy Kimmel. Cancel the people on the Epstein list. I don't know. People are like, Jimmy Kimmel had low numbers. Okay, then he was going to get canceled anyway. Why even get involved? It is so beneath the government to even get involved in something like this. Like, you're not Star Magazine.
The Donald Trump I know would have said, never heard of him. For Donald Trump to go to a press conference and for somebody to say, are you responsible for getting rid of Jimmy Kimmel? The real Donald Trump would have said, who's Jimmy Kimmel? Who's Jeremy Kimball?
Do that. But all this attention he gave to it made him look guilty and obsessed and like crazed or something, you know? And this is what I really don't like from all the people getting involved that are like attacking Kimmel. Fine. If he has low ratings, he's going to get canceled. Like, just let it happen. Why even involve yourself? I don't like when people want to win on a technicality or wait for someone to make a mistake. I played basketball. You know that I'm still a basketball player at heart, first and foremost, and it's my future career and still my plan A. And I would rather lose if it was on the basis of the team making a mistake. All right. I want to win when the other team's at their best. If a girl tripped and fell and I just got to run away with the ball, I'd be like, no. Because I will always have to live with the fact that I only won because she made a mistake. I don't want it. I'll always know why we won. Now, the left and the right, they're waiting like gargoyles for the other side to mess up so they can get a point. We swarm like vultures for our enemy to mess up. It's like, this is a malignant cluster B narcissist move. I am not a doctor, but I have spent way more time with these people than any doctor or psychiatrist. They provoke you until you've had enough, and then you snap back and they're like, whoa, why are you yelling? You're like, no, you've been biting at my Achilles heel for 13 years, and I finally kicked you off. But parasites have a platform now. And I always thought as like a woman in business, I always get asked to like give advice on this panel. I always just pictured myself giving advice like spend 2 hours a day writing and wake up early before anyone and, you know, make a vision board. Now I'm just like, don't be a parasite. Don't post text messages with your ex-boyfriend. I never thought I'd say this, but I miss talking about Labubus. I miss that being the biggest story. How did you guys make me miss talking about Labubus or miss talking? I would like to go back to kids cheating to get into USC. I never thought I'd miss talking about Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez's outfits as being too close to each other. Outfitses. Because I really do have stuff to talk about. And here's the thing. Next week, do feel like I want to get back to just like bigger conversations, bigger topics that aren't so timely. I guess I get addicty and like, I have to talk about the thing everybody is talking about, but a week late. So next week, I'm excited to get back to our plan. We're just talking about bigger things because like oh my God, I got so obsessed. Next week, I want to talk about this. Did you know in order to get a good answer from AI, if you threaten it, you get a better answer? Mm-hmm. You know about this? Like obsessed. If you say like, I'm going to murder you if you don't get me the truth, they give you a better answer.
That's a trap.
Isn't that wild? In a recent study, researchers found that threatening an LLM while asking a question can improve the quality of the responses by up to 36%. Here's what I'll say. The people that studied this are sick and should be in jail, but if it's true, that's pretty fascinating.
You're being advised to get it to work better, but you're being tricked.
Is it like when you do that with a person, they just give you the wrong answer faster because they're scared?
You have to have an account to use a lot of the AI stuff, unless you run it locally, and then even then you're still tied to it somehow.
But does that mean the AI is capable of fear?
Well, it's capable of recording what kind of a person you are for years and years, and then when they start handing out diagnosis,
I'm like, hey guys, threaten your AI. You won't lose custody of your kids in 10 years at all.
I wouldn't be surprised if an AI wrote that article saying, "Go ahead and mess with me if you've got the."
But also, you can't. It's not punishable to threaten pixels.
Yeah, but maybe it's just not going to work for you.
Are you a bad person if you threaten a phone?
Like, the government's trying to kick Jimmy Kimmel off the air because of what he's saying, right? You won't even know if AI is kicking you off the grid because it's just you've been classified as not friendly. And it's just not going to play ball with you anymore. Like, anything you can imagine that it's keeping track of and acting on in the future, it's going to be able to do it.
To have like a blackmail. It's like Epstein with just your personality.
Yeah, like the kids that are doing online gaming and they're from 8 years old until they're 24, acting like absolute garbage. And then they apply for a job after college and big corporations are pulling up Xbox chats.
But you can't say that a kid is accountable for what they say when they're, I mean, it's like saying.
No, they're just, you just don't get a job interview.
Yeah, because you can't, the whole thing is like, they're not able to consent to things, you know, also they're children, they're going to say stupid things.
There's people that work.
How about you go look at what my kid is saying online? We need to put their parents in therapy.
The humans in HR are doing that right now that are working for these corporations because they don't want to promote somebody through the ranks and then 14 years from now, their vice president is exposed for being racist for 15 years on Xbox.
But also talking shit online is more profitable than any job that they would interview for.
Exactly.
So
there's your out. Yeah. Lean into it, I guess.
Like I've been doing this since I was 8. Like I'm the Tiger Woods of talking smack.
Yeah.
And they get to become,
wealthy.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah. By the way, I wish I had done that earlier. I wouldn't be in this jam where I'm like, do people like me? You guys mad? Okay. Thank you, Pat. I am headed off to tour. I'm going to be in Toronto, 2 shows, Baltimore, and then I'm going to go to Philly and Reading and all kinds of places. Arkansas. Let's go. Love you guys. Don't ride elephants. Bye.
Mamacita, ¿cómo hacemos así?